Sup you beautiful people. Hope you've had a fantastic day. Welcome back to another new episode of What If Naruto Had the Omnitrix. If you guys enjoy this what if, comment down below and let me know. And go ahead and check out other what ifs in the channel after watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and also share this video with your friends. So now let's start this video. One day in the plumber's HQ of Konoha, Naruto was hooked up to a machine wearing only his pants, as his arms and legs were spread out. Aiming at him was a laser device from across the room, while some Galvans were operating the control board, while Azmuth, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Hiruzen stood aside watching it. "Are you ready, Naruto?" Hiruzen asked. "I am, Gigi," Naruto confirmed. Suddenly the door slid opened, and stepping in was Hinata, Sasuke, Sakura, and Mikoto Uchiha. After Azmuth released Mikoto from her cryogenic containment unit, the Uchiha mother was reunited with her youngest son, and vowed they would carry on the Uchiha name as mother and son. "What's going on in here?" Sakura asked. "Why is Naruto hooked up to that machine?" Hinata asked in concern. Azmuth explained, "We're about to attempt an experiment to test a theory Naruto had been formulating for the last few weeks." "What theory is that?" Mikoto asked. "My parents are alive in me," Naruto answered. "What?" Sakura asked in confusion. "What are you talking about?" Sasuke asked. Naruto answered, "I've been doing research on the sealing formula Dad used to seal Kurama inside of me, and I figured out that seal allows the user to transfer bits of their own chakra inside it, as a form of encoding their very consciousness. I believe both my parents did that the night Kurama was sealed inside me." Azmuth continued, "And with this machine, we can extract their chakra from his body, and give them physical forms." The group gasped. "Can it really be done?" Mikoto asked. "If all of Azmuth's testings are correct, we're about to find out," Tsunade said. Naruto nodded to Azmuth, who motioned to some of his Galvan workers to start the machine. The laser charged up before blasting at Naruto's torso where the seal was causing it to appear. Naruto groaned as the laser hit him, and struggled. Everyone watched in concern, until they saw particles were being assimilated from Naruto's seal, and traveled along the path of the laser all the way back to the machine. "Is that?" Sakura asked. Jiraiya nodded. "Minato and Kushina's chakra. Where are they being transferred to?" Hinata inquired. "Hiruzen motioned to 2 stasis tanks. They will be transferred into those where their new bodies will take form." When the laser assimilated all of the chakra of Minato and Kushina into the machines, the chakra was mixed into artificial bodies being created inside the tanks. Everyone watched as the artificial bodies were taking on the forms of Minato and Kushina. Azmuth looked over at one of his workers. "How are their bodies holding?" One of the Galvans was looking over the readings of the bodies. "They're both holding up well and stabilizing. I'd say the project was a success." Azmuth nodded before motioning them to shut off the laser. They shut it down, and Naruto, no longer having the laser guided to his torso, was able to relax and was released from the machine. Hinata, Sakura, and Sasuke ran to him. "Naruto, are you okay?" Hinata asked in worry. "That didn't hurt a bit," he chuckled dizzily. Sasuke slapped him, and he snapped out of it. "Thanks, I needed that." Hiruzen, Azmuth, Jiraiya, and Tsunade looked at the floating bods of Minato and Kushina, as Tsunade asked, "Are they ready?" The one Galvan scientist answered, "They're ready." "Then awaken them," Azmuth ordered. The scientists nodded and pulled a switch. From inside the 2 tanks the water inside was drained, and the tubes were opened up. Both Minato and Kushina fell to their knees and face down on their faces, and were both in the buff. Naruto, seeing this, gagged. "Oh, God, they're naked." He shielded his eyes. "That's something to cover them," Azmuth ordered, as the scientists retrieved 2 blankets. Tsunade and Mikoto grabbed 1 blanket and covered Kushina up with it, while Jiraiya and Hiruzen covered up Minato with the other one. The 4 helped the 2 to their knees, and they slowly started gaining consciousness. Jiraiya held Minato up so he could face him. "Listen to me. I need you to focus. Do you know who you are?" "Huh?" Minato asked, as he was trying to focus. "Do you know who you are?" Jiraiya repeated himself. "I'm Minato. Minato Namikaze, Yondaime Hokage of the village Konohagakure." "Yes. And do you know who I am?" Jiraiya continued to ask. "You're Jiraiya. Jiraiya-sensei." He realized. "Yes." Jiraiya smiled. "Mikoto was helping Kushina. Do you know me?" "Mikoto Uchiha." Kushina answered. "Yes, and what about your name?" "My name is Kushina Uzumaki," she declared. Minato and Kushina looked at each other and were in shock. "Kushina. Minato." The 2 embraced happily. Naruto walked over while putting his shirt back on. He smiled as he saw his parents before him, new and improved. Azmuth approached and spoke to the 2, Minato and Kushina. "Welcome back to the living." The 2 saw the Galvan and were surprised. "Mr. Azmuth?" Minato asked. "What are you doing here?" Kushina asked. "All will be explained in due time, but first allow me to reintroduce to you Naruto Uzumaki," Azmuth said, as he stepped away, giving the floor to Naruto. The 2 adults looked at the boy in wonder, as Naruto spoke. "Mom, Dad, it's me." "Naruto?" Minato asked. Kushina's eyes started tearing up. "My baby." Naruto ran to the 2 and embraced them. "I can't believe you're both really here." "I can hardly believe it myself," Minato answered. But how is this possible? Kushina asked curiously. Tsunade stood with Hiruzen and answered, have we got a story to tell you too? The both of them were surprised to see Tsunade before them, and knew there really was a lot they missed out on. Sometime later, the whole group was in a plumber's meeting room, where Minato and Kushina were now wearing bathrobes substituting for the towels. Azmuth, Hiruzen, and Naruto had told them everything that had happened with the village in Naruto, since the attack on Konoha by Kurama. This is all so unbelievable. Minato gasped. And it's all true? Kushina asked. I'm afraid so, Kushina. Hiruzen confirmed. Minato looked to Naruto. Naruto, I am so sorry my wish to have you seen as a hero didn't come to pass. I also know no amount of apologies can make up for the pain I've left you to carry on your own. Naruto answered, I know, but I also realize you did what you felt was best for the village and for me. It's just one of the important responsibilities of being Hokage. Doing what's best for the village and not just yourself. Kushina spoke up, and it's amazing what you now are, Naruto. You control the Omnitrix, the greatest invention in the entire universe. I know. This watch has opened me up to endless possibilities. And I'm going to do a lot of good using the Omnitrix, especially with Orochimaru, Valmark, or even the Akatsuki organization out there. Hinata spoke up, so what's going to happen now that Naruto's parents are alive again? Will Naruto's father become Hokage again? Minato answered, can't. My time as Hokage is over, now I need a fresh new start at life. Same with me. Kushina agreed. Hiruzen spoke, in that case, how would you two like to become magisters of the Konoha plumbers? Really? Minato asked. Can we? Kushina asked Azmuth. We could use all the help we can now that the Konoha plumbers and all other plumbers' bases have been re-established. He answered. Well, then we got us a new position. Minato said, as Makoto cheered with Kushina. Sandaime-sama, is our old house still intact? Minato asked curiously. It is. I was planning on giving it to Naruto, but now that you and Kushina are back you can all move back in. That's wonderful. Kushina smiled. I'll go home and start packing up. Naruto said, as he headed off with Hinata, Sakura, and Sasuke offering to help. With the younger shinobi gone, Kushina spoke up, now that they're gone I have to ask. This isn't my old size. She crossed her arms under her impressive bust. Azmuth, did you do something to me? Minato spoke up, yeah, and my own manhood feels a lot longer. Azmuth answered, Jiraiya insisted that your new bodies be given extra sizes and lengths in certain areas. The two turned to Jiraiya. They cried. What? Consider it a special welcome back present courtesy of the Galvan scientists. Jiraiya answered, and the two rolled their eyes. When nighttime came, Naruto, Minato, and Kushina were inside the former house Naruto's parents lived in before their untimely demise. Naruto looked around seeing how much spacious the place was compared to his apartment. Wow, this place is great. I can't believe this place should have been mine when I was born. Well, you were just an infant at the time, Naruto. Minato reminded him, as he was dressed in his old clothes again, along with Kushina. But, now that you're older and a ninja you can live here now, same with us. Kushina added. Do you think we can make this family thing work? Naruto asked. I mean you never got a chance to raise a baby, you're raising a teenager now. It won't be easy, but we will manage. Somehow someway, we'll manage. Minato said, as he and Kushina hugged their son, who hugged him back. I'm so glad to have you two here with me. Naruto said. So are we, Naruto. So are we. Kushina replied. Meanwhile up in space on Valmark's ship, Orochimaru and Valmark watched from a viewing window, as the Amalgam Sound 5 had started breaking in their new alien powers, thanks to their mutations. The robot was in ball form and rolling around knocking down targets like bowling pins. Kitamura was using his new monkey reflexes, combined with his web spinning and web jutsu, to become stronger than ever. Seiken and Yukin were replicating themselves and started fighting battle drones, tearing them apart piece by piece. Teiwaya was using her enhanced voice to emit ear-splitting screams which destroyed any target she was facing, and Kamimuro started launching black quills from his body at targets, and with a combination of his own bone regrowing DNA, he was able to regrow quills as well, making it so he would never run out. Orochimaru spoke. It seems they're adapting to their new alien bodies well, Valmark. Yes, and just so recently they hated what happened to them. Valmark added. With their training progressing this well, it'll be just about time for them to put their new abilities to a real challenge. Orochimaru said. Yes. Let's see how well they match against Naruto and the Omnitrix. Valmark said with a smirk, as the two looked and saw the Amalgam Sound 5 standing together in victory over their defeated training drones. Inside the Konoha plumbers' base, Minato and Kushina were busy supervising some of the new plumbers' recruits. Majority of the recruits were young cadets from various planets from across the galaxy, and some were Konoha shinobi. Among the Konoha shinobi included Sasuke, Sakura, Tenten, Ino, Kiba and Akamaru, Lee, and Eiji. Also among the ranks were Zaku, Kin, and Dosu, who after defecting from Orochimaru, were taken in to become plumbers. As the recruits were running laps to improve their stamina, Kiba spoke, glad I signed up for this. Imagine being both plumbers and shinobi of Konoha. Sakura asked. But why isn't Shikamaru, Chaoji, Hinata, and Shino with us? Lee inquired. Shikamaru thought being a chunin was work enough and decided to just stick to being a shinobi, Ino began, and Chaoji decided to remain a shinobi to watch out for him. Shino says the plumber's rank wasn't for him, Kiba added, and Hinata's already an Anodite learning under her mom. Well, it's their loss, we're learning more than them now, Zaku said with a chuckle. Minato called out like a drill sergeant, come on, slackers. Are we gonna run, or are we gonna jog? The cadets picked up the pace. Kushina smirked, nicely handled, Minato. Gotta push them in the right direction. Minato answered, until they heard someone enter. They turned around and saw Naruto enter. Ma, Pop, what's up? Oh, Naruto, we didn't expect to see you here. Kushina greeted him. Well, I thought I'd drop in and see how the training was going, Naruto answered, as he watched the recruits train. How's everyone looking? Minato answered, everyone's doing well. They're all motivated to train hard to protect the village. No doubt that invasion Orochimaru and Valmark pulled during the Chunin exams motivated them. That's for sure. Naruto agreed. Suddenly he heard some grunts and yells. He turned and saw someone was training in a plumber's training simulator. He saw it look like a human girl about his age. She had long silvery hair with red streaks, emerald-colored eyes, and a bust approximately 87 cm. What caught Naruto's attention from the girl was she had a silver-furred foxtail that also had reddish streaks in it, sticking out of the back side of the plumber's uniform she was wearing, and on her head were fox ears. He watched as the girl was training against a simulation program of androids, using her impressive reflexive skills, along with the use of a plumber's blaster. Naruto spoke up, who is that? Kushina wondered, until she saw who Naruto was looking at. Oh, that's Akane. Akane? Minato nodded, she's from the planet Yakai. Yakai? Naruto wondered. Kushina explained, the inhabitants on Yakai are known as Hinyaiyans. And Hinyaiyans have similar appearances to most legendary Hanyu legends in our myths. Akane's appearance, as you can see, is similar that to Kitsune. So why is she going through a solo training lesson and not with them? Naruto motioned to the others. She scored perfectly on the written and physical fitness part of the test for the plumbers, Minato explained. So as you can see, she's taking more advanced training. I see. Naruto said as he watched her. When the simulation ended, Akane stepped out of the room. Woo, what a workout. Magister Namikaze, how'd I do? Excellent job, Akane. Minato said. As always, you're at the top of your game. Kushina added. Thank you, Magister Uzumaki. Akane bowed her head to her, and suddenly saw Naruto. The alien fox girl gasped, as her ears twitched. It's you. Naruto was taken aback by her outburst, and suddenly saw the girl was up close to his face. You're Naruto Uzumaki. You know my name? Naruto asked, while looking ready to blush at how close their faces were to one another. Of course. One of the lessons here at the Plumbers Academy in history is the legend of the Omnitrix, and its original user, and its new user. Really? How much about me is in it? Naruto asked hopefully. About 3 chapters worth of history. She answered. 3? Why only 3? Naruto asked in insult. Minato answered, you haven't had the Omnitrix long enough like Ben Tennyson did, Naruto. Your father's right. You can't expect a whole book to be made about you, since you've only had the Omnitrix for a month or so. Kushina added. I guess so. Naruto sighed. Naruto. A voice called. Naruto turned and saw Azmuth floating by on his hoverpad. Azmuth-sensei. Naruto greeted him. You're just the one I was looking for. Azmuth said. I am? Correct. And Akane's here too, that makes it easier. Easier for what? Naruto asked, still confused. Naruto, I have a new assignment for you, Azmuth began. I want you to take Akane out into the village and show her around. What? Naruto asked in outrage. Really? Akane asked in delight. Akane has always been fascinated by the villages, but hasn't had a chance to see the village up close. So I'd like you to show her around. Why me? Naruto asked. Because there's no one else available. He answered bluntly. Naruto sighed. Alright, I'll do it. Akane cheered. Excuse me while I get changed. She ran off. Azmuth left. As Naruto spoke to his parents, Azmuth just hired me to play babysitter to one of the recruits. Some assignment. Naruto, this is a chance for you to get to know one of the recruits. Besides, all she does is talk about you. Minato said. Whoa, she talks about me. Naruto asked incredulously. That's right, Kushina confirmed. She'd go on and on asking us or even Azmuth about you. Naruto looked suspicious. What do you tell her? Nothing embarrassing, son, we promise. Minato replied. We told her what a strong, loyal, and dedicated shinobi you are to the village. And that you'd give your life to protect those you care about. Kushina explained. That's something she admires from you. Minato added. Really? Naruto asked, and his parents nodded. Well, I guess I could show her the ropes around the village. He felt his father ruffle his head. That's my boy. Already? Came Akane's voice. Naruto looked over and gasped. Akane stood out of her plumber's uniform and was now wearing fishnet stockings, sandals, silver shorts, and a white buttoned-up top that was able to contain her assets, but still looked ready to bust out. How do I look? Akane asked, as she did a twirl. Naruto mumbled incoherently, until Kushina answered, You looked wonderful, Akane. Thank you. Come on, Naruto. Akane took Naruto's hands and dragged him off. Minato and Kushina watched them leave, as Minato chuckled, "Kids." Meanwhile out in the village, Naruto and Akane were walking around, with Naruto giving her a tour. Akane looked around looking excited at all the sights, while oblivious to the looks she was getting from the villagers. Naruto, noticing this, whispered to her, "Just for the record, the villagers haven't quite gotten used to the existence of aliens yet, thanks to the invasion that took place here a month ago." Akane nodded, "Right." During the finals of the Chunin exams, Orochimaru the Rogue Sannin launched an invasion at the same time Lord Valmark launched one as well. Before that, you fought against Hinata Hyuga the human anodite hybrid, and later on battled Gaara of Sunagakur, who assumed the form of Shikaku. Right on the dot, Naruto gasped in astonishment, "You really know your stuff. Thanks. Even though your current history is still in the making and constantly updated, I still like to read your history the most above Ben Tennyson's. No disrespect to him, of course." She smiled. Naruto nodded and asked, "So tell me again why you're carrying a proto-tool with you." He noticed the one on her back. "Just in case," she answered. Naruto said nothing, until he looked ahead and saw Hinata. "Hey Hinata." Hinata, hearing her name called, turned around. "Naruto." She gasped seeing Naruto with another girl that had a foxtail and ears. "Hey, Hinata, good to see you." Naruto greeted her. "Naruto, who is this?" Hinata asked in worry. "This is Akane, one of the new plumber recruits," Naruto began. "Akane, this is my friend Hinata Hyuga." Nice to meet you." Hinata greeted her, still feeling unsure, until the girl was embraced by the fox girl. "I can't believe I'm finally meeting Hinata Hyuga, the second anodite half-breed since Ben Tennyson." She beamed. I think you're hugging me too tight." Hinata groaned, as Naruto noticed both girls' breasts were pressing together. Naruto shook it off and looked away. "Don't be like Iro-sanin. Don't be like Iro-sanin," he thought. Akane finally let Hinata go, as the Hyuga girl spoke. "So, what are you two doing out here?" Naruto answered, "Azmuth gave me an assignment to show Akane around the village, and educate her in it." "That's right," Akane added. Hinata looked relieved, as Naruto spoke. "Say, Hinata, why don't you join me in showing Akane around?" "Me?" she asked. "Sure. Akane could use a girl to talk to," Naruto added. Akane pleaded, "Please, oh, please join us, Hinata." Hinata looked at both Naruto and Akane, before putting on a smile and answered, "Sure." "Oh, thank you." Akane cheered, as she embraced the Hyuga, who felt awkward. "What say we break for lunch, girls?" Naruto suggested. "I'd love that." Akane smiled. "That sounds good to me." Hinata agreed. "Well, come on," Naruto said, as he led the way. Soon the three were at Ichiraku, and were having bowls of ramen. Naruto spoke to Akane. "How do you like it, Akane?" Akane, after finishing a third bowl, spoke. "This stuff is so delicious. We have nothing like this on my planet." "Then you are seriously missing out," Naruto said in disbelief, before turning to Teuchi and Daim. "Thanks again, you guys. Especially for serving my friend here and not being freaked out by her." "Hey, customer's a customer, Naruto," Teuchi answered. "And I like the fox ears and tail," Daim added. Hinata spoke. "So, Akane, why did you decide to join the plumbers?" After slurping some noodles, Akane answered, "Well, on my home planet I wasn't exactly a popular girl. Everyone always regarded me as a ditz and clueless girl. Well, I admit I can be a bit of a ditz. I'm much more capable than my peers ever gave me credit for. After watching you train in the simulator, I believe it," Naruto replied. Akane nodded. "When I heard the plumbers were looking to recruit again here on Earth in this village, I saw it as an opportunity for me. So I signed a registration form, and hopped the next ride to Earth, and here I am now." Naruto spoke to Hinata. "Dad put her in a more advanced training course." Hinata gasped. "Really? You must be very good," she told Akane. "Well, I don't like to brag, but I do have skill," Akane admitted. Eventually they finished their ramen, and Naruto paid. "Well, where to now?" Akane spoke up. "Well, I've always wanted to try out what you call a hot spring bath." Naruto looked worried at her suggestion, which didn't go unnoticed by her. "Is something wrong with that?" "Not really, but I should warn you, I know someone who spends a lot of time there for the wrong reasons." Hinata, hearing this, knew what he was talking about. "So is it a no?" Akane asked in disappointment. "Not yet. Let's go there," Naruto said, as the three walked for the hot springs. When they arrived, Naruto halted them. "What is it?" Akane asked. "Hinata, use your Byakugan and look around for anyone suspicious," Naruto ordered. Hinata nodded, and activated her Byakugan. She looked around the area, before speaking. "All clear." Naruto sighed in relief. What a relief. "Probably down by the waterfall peeping there." "Is peeping?" Akane asked. Naruto answered. "Never mind. Come on, let's go enjoy that bath." The girls nodded, as they went in. Meanwhile in Valmark's ship, the alien Sound 5 were in combat training against each other, until Orochimaru clapped his hands, and they ceased. They stood together as Orochimaru, Kabuto, Valmark, and Inonin approached. Orochimaru spoke. "You've all been improving on your alien abilities. This pleases me." "Yes, my lord," Kamimuro answered. "I never would have thought having the abilities of an alien could be so beneficial," Kitamura said. "But I still wish I could have kept my looks." Teiwaya grumbled. Elmark spoke up. Up to this point you've been training against my drones and each other, but now it's time to truly put your skills to the test. What did you have in mind? Jirobo asked. Elmark pulled out a remote and clicked a button. Appearing was a holographic screen of Naruto during his recent fight against him when they went to look for Tsunade. He explained, "This is Naruto Uzumaki, the wielder of the Omnitrix, a device capable of transforming him into many alien species throughout the galaxy. You will capture him for me, so that I may take the Omnitrix from him." "Very well," Seiken answered. "And should this be a success, I shall have you all bring Sasuke Uchiha to me." Orochimaru added. "As you wish, my lord," Kamimuro answered. "Go and prepare yourselves for battle," Valmark instructed, as the group left. Kabuto spoke. "Do you really think they will manage against Naruto, Lord Orochimaru? Even you said he was able to drive you off during the Chunin exams." Orochimaru turned to him with an irritated look. "That was a fluke, Kabuto. I had not expected to be fighting one with the power of the Omnitrix." Kabuto, frightened by his master, answered, "My apologies, Lord Orochimaru." Orochimaru nodded and spoke. "Once Naruto is out of the picture, Sasuke will be easy pickings." Back in the village, inside the hot springs, Naruto was in the men's side soaking in the outdoor onsen, while on the ladies' side, Hinata and Akane were relaxing as well. Akane sighed, nice and warm. "Now I really wish we had these kind of baths on my planet. I'm glad to see you're enjoying yourself here, Akane." Hinata smiled. "Well, I'm glad I can enjoy it with you," she answered. "Really?" Hinata asked. Akane nodded. "Like I said, I was always considered a ditz-back on my planet, so I didn't have too many friends. But being here and spending time with you and Naruto makes me see just what having friends is all about." Hinata looked at Akane in concern, seeing the loneliness in the alien girl's eyes. Seeing the same kind of loneliness she once had when her father started neglecting her and how others bullied her. Hinata took Akane by surprise by pulling her into a tight embrace. "Hinata?" Akane asked in surprise. Hinata sniffled. "I know the pain of being alone and neglected. So does Naruto. Nobody deserves to have gone through the kind of pain we have, not even an alien girl like you. You don't have to feel lonely anymore, because you do have friends in me and Naruto, and we'll help you make more." "You will?" Akane asked. "I promise," Hinata answered. Akane smiled and returned the embrace. "Thank you." On the men's side, Naruto, despite not knowing what was going on with Hinata and Akane on their side, could tell on instinct things were well between them. After their bath, the three were talking a walk in the park. Akane looked around in wonder. "This place is so amazing." "Well, it's just a park," Naruto replied. "Yes, but I've never been to one on this planet before," Akane replied, as she ran ahead of Naruto and Dot. Naruto looked to Hinata and spoke. "She seems a lot more chipper than she was earlier. Did something happen?" Hinata smiled. "Let's just say Akane knows she's not alone here on our planet." Naruto was curious about what she meant until they heard Akane scream, "Akane." The two called, as they raced to find her. They stopped and saw Akane's arms restrained in a webbing. "Akane, are you okay?" Hinata asked. "Eyes, it's an ambush," she called. Suddenly dropping in before them was the sound 5. The two gasped, as Naruto spoke. "Whoa, what the hell is this?" Kamimuro spoke up. "I am Kamimuro Kaguya. I am Jirobo, Kidameru, Seiken and my brother Yukin. And I'm Teiwaya. We used to be known as the Sound 5, Lord Orochimaru's top guards," Kamimuro declared. "Orochimaru's guards. Okay, but what's with the alien look?" Naruto asked. "Our master's partner mutated us with alien DNA, and now we're part human and part alien," Jirobo explained. "We're amalgams," Kidameru added. "The Sound amalgams," Seiken finished. "What do you want?" Naruto asked firmly. "Don't play stupid with us, dipstick," Teiwaya replied. "Valmark wants the Omnitrix, and we will deliver it to him," Kamimuro said. "Over my dead body," Naruto declared. "That's the idea," Seiken answered, as he and Yukin separated into two. "Hinata, go free Akane, I'll hold these guys off," Naruto ordered. "All of them?" Hinata asked in concern. "Don't worry about me," Naruto assured her, as Hinata went to free Akane. The amalgams closed in on Naruto, who activated the Omnitrix, hero time. He slammed down on it and became firearms. "Attack," Kamimuro ordered, as the group went on the attack. Jirobo went first as he went into sphere form and speed rolled at firearms, who caught him with all 4 hands. The Tetraman struggled to subdue Jirobo, who was trying to overpower him. Firearms suddenly realized he was wide open and saw Kidameru jump above and planning to slam down on him. "Hey, Spider Boy, catch!" Firearms called, as he leaned back and tossed Jirobo up, nailing Kidameru as the two came crashing down. Kamimuro spoke to the two. "Get up." He ran to attack Firearms, using hand-to-hand moves, before extending his fists out, and fired black quills at him. Firearms side rolled, and saw the quills stick in a tree. "Okay, new plan, avoid the quills." "I'm more than just quills," Kamimuro said, as something started coming out of his knees. He grabbed them and pulled them out of his skin, revealing to be white bone swords. "What the hell are those?" Firearms gasped. "My clan's bloodline allows me to remove my own bones from my body, and use as weapons," the shinobi explained. "How can you even stand if you just remove the bones in your legs?" Firearms asked in confusion. The second ability of my clan allows me to regrow new ones. Kumo answered. Firearms looked nervous. This just got complicated. So Kumo went on the attack with firearms. Meanwhile, Hinata used mana blades to cut the webbing that bounded Akane, thanks Hinata. Don't worry about it, she answered. Come on, we have to help Naruto. They tried to go to Naruto, only to be blocked by Teiwaya, Seiken, and Yukin. You two aren't go anywhere. Seiken replied. Hinata powered up her mana, and looked to Akane. Akane, stand back. I'll handle them. Akane laid a hand on her shoulder, confusing her. Not alone you're not. Akane answered in a serious tone. Akane? Hinata asked, noticing her change in tone. Akane looked up, revealing her eyes looked fear like an animal's. These jerks butted in on what's supposed to be my tour. Now they're gonna pay. She pulled out her proto tool that shifted into blaster mode. Hinata looked concerned and thought, Akane's so serious now. Seiken and Yukin multiplied until there were 5 each, and charged. Hinata seeing this readied her mana and started blasting at them. When her blast hit one of them, the rest recoiled. Hinata smirked realizing what this means. All I need to do is hit one of you. She aimed at one of the Seiken clones, only for it to split into 2 before the attack could impact. Nice try. Seiken said, as he and his brother's clones came at her. Akane stood opposite of Teiwaya, like they were in a Texas showdown. Both girls squinted at each other, until Akane called, draw. She grabbed her proto tool and began shooting at Teiwaya. The sound girls started running around in evasive maneuvering to avoid the attacks. Nice try Foxface, now let me show you a trick of mine. She unleashed her supersonic attack at Akane, who recoiled from it. She pulled herself together and blasted Teiwaya, who jumped back. Here's another trick I got up my sleeve. She multiplied into 3 and they attacked Akane, who was using her own combat skills against her. Back with firearms, he was squaring off against Kumo, and Jirobo and Kidomaru, who both recovered from their collision and crash. Even with your strength alone, you can't take on all 3 of us. Jirobo warned firearms. You're right. So I should call in some help. He used one set of arms to form hand signs, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Suddenly there stood 5 firearms. Kidomaru make irritated monkey chatter at Jirobo, next time keep your mouth shut. Come on, boys. Firearms called, as he and his clones fought the 3. Kidomaru was jumping around the trees like a monkey before spitting webbing at one of the clones. The giant web caught him like a net, but the clone used his strength to rip the web apart. I'll squash you like a bug. The clone declared, as he took a big jump and landed in the tree. Unfortunately his strength was too much and caused the tree to come down, taking him and Kidomaru with him. Upon hitting the ground, the clone dispelled. Jirobo went into sphere mode again, and attempted to bowl 2 of the firearms clones over, but like before the 2 caught Jirobo and threw him over their shoulders. Jirobo while airborne uncurled himself and landed on his feet with a thud. Not this time, Jirobo said. There's got to be a way to stop them. One firearms clone told the others. The real one suddenly got an idea. I have a plan. He summoned another 3 clones. You 3 keep them preoccupied, and you 3 give me a hand each. So 3 of the firearms clones went to distract Kumo, Kidomaru, and Jirobo, while the real one spoke to the other 3. Alright, guys, I need you to each form a Rasengan in 3 of my hands. Can it work? One of them asked. Only one way to find out, he replied. The 3 clones nodded, and started using all 4 of their arms to shape a Rasengan in 3 of the original firearms hands, leaving one of his hands opened. Once he held the 3 Rasengans, his 3 clones dispelled. He looked ahead, seeing his other 3 clones had the 3 amalgams back into each other. He smirked and started running for them. The 3 amalgams were too busy dealing with the 3 clones, they hadn't noticed the original coming at them. Suddenly the clones dispelled, and the 3 saw firearms right on top of them, Rasengan trio. He shoved the 3 Rasengans into the torsos of the 3 amalgams. When the jutsus impacted the 3, they were sent flying backwards before crashing on the ground. Firearms heard the Omnitrix beep, just in time. In a flash, he was Naruto again. Naruto saw his 3 opponents look down for the count. Better see if the girls need my help. He turned and saw Hinata was starting to overpower the clones of Seiken and Yukin, causing them to retreat back to the originals. Akane was also holding her own against Teiwaya, despite her sonic scream, then again maybe not. Hinata created 2 mana whips from her hands and snatched Seiken and Yukin, before clunking them together, fusing them back together and knocking them out cold. She tossed them where Jirobo, Kidomaru, and Kumo laid unconscious. Akane used her hand-to-hand combat skill against Teiwaya, and delivered a powerful spin kick, sending the sound girl into the others. That takes care of them, Hinata said. I'll contact the Magisters and have these guys put under lockup. Akane said, about to call in for backup, only for them to see the amalgams get beamed up. Better hang up that call. Naruto replied. On Valmark's ship, the amalgams appeared on a warp pad, still lying down, before looking up and seeing both Orochimaru and Valmark with looks of disappointment plastered on their faces. The 2 growled in irritation, as the amalgams looked at each other and spoke simultaneously. Uh-oh. At Plumber's HQ, Naruto, Akane, and Hinata stood before Minato, Kushina, Hiruzen, and Azmuth. The Galvan leader spoke. You were all very lucky today. Don't we know it? Naruto replied. It seems Valmark has developed a new strategy to take Naruto down. Hiruzen feared. Yes. Just like the rooters, he and Orochimaru have created their own amalgams. Azmuth said. What do we do now, Azmuth-sensei? Naruto inquired. For now, be on alert. This won't be the last time we'll see those amalgams again. He answered, before taking his leave. I'm afraid he's right. Minato agreed. Then I'll just have to keep getting stronger, Naruto said. If those guys come back I'll be stronger for next time. I will too. Hinata agreed. And me. Akane added. Kushina smiled. In that case, both of you will need to practice harder. We will. Hinata promised. Naruto turned to Akane. So, Akane, still wanna finish that tour with me and Hinata? Suddenly Akane's eyes lit up and her serious mode reverted back to her excited mode. You bet I do, she cheered and put her arms around the two as they headed off. Minato and Kushina watched them leave and smiled. Kids. They both said with a chuckle. One night in Kumo, Yujiro was walking about on a night patrol, nodding to various other Kumo on to carry on. As she walked down a road in the village, a figure was standing up on a rooftop. The figure appeared to be wearing a high-tech bodysuit with blue-colored illuminated lines on it. Over his eyes was a blue visor. He pressed a button on his belt, and suddenly the figure turned invisible. He started running across multiple building rooftops doing jumps and flips. When he landed on top of one building, he lowered his invisibility field for a moment before speaking to himself. Sucker cloud fools. He chuckled. He was about to move on, only to be confronted by Yujiro. I knew I smelled a rat. The Kunoichi said while squinting her eyes at the figure. What? How'd you find me? The figure asked in disbelief. I could smell you a mile away. Who are you and why are you here? She demanded. That's my business, sister. And you're throwing off my groove. He began spinning around as laser blasts started shooting out of his belt. Yujiro started dodging the laser blasts before charging at her opponent. When she got up close, the two fought in hand-to-hand combat. Yujiro was surprised at how her opponent was slipping around her, was sliding as if he was dancing rather than fighting. This guy's getting on my nerves, she thought. Her opponent jumped back and mocked her. Is that all you got? Yujiro smirked. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. She concentrated her chakra, and her nails started growing longer. Whoa, baby. The person gasped in surprise. Yujiro started coming at the intruder, slicing at him with her long nails, but he kept backing away and dodging, until Yujiro managed to scratch his arm, causing a surge in his suit. No. 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 He cried, seeing the sparks in the tear. Yujiro smirked. You're mine. She tackled her opponent, only for him to lean back and slide under her, causing her to miss. Not today, kitty cat. He said, before activating a part of his belt. Suddenly he teleported off. Yujiro got up and saw he was gone. She frowned as Matatabi spoke to her. Yujiro, not a word, she said firmly. Meanwhile the intruder reappeared in some laboratory, and walked up to a figure in the dark. The figure spoke. I trust the test run on the suit was a charm. Better than a charm, it was a star. The guy declared. Excellent. You used my creation well, Mr. Tachiko. Tachiko spoke nervously. Yeah, well, I kinda ran into a bit of trouble. What trouble? One of the Cloud Kunoichi caught my scent, and scratched up part of the suit. He showed his employer the tear in the sleeve. Ugh. I'll have to make some adjustments to it, but no matter, the test run was a success. Get out of the suit and go rest up. Tomorrow we'll take another run in Kumo. There's something there I require. Hey, you got it, Dr. Killatron. Stepping out from the dark was a Cerebrocristacean wearing a lab coat, and had a scar on its shell. But what is it you want from Kumo anyway? A powerful artifact that is one of 5 sacred tools once wielded by the legendary shinobi of your planet Hagoromo Otsutsuki. If I can obtain it and the other tools, I can harness their powers into technology this galaxy has never seen before. He ranted, as Tachiko smirked, liking his idea. The next morning in Konoha, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke stood before Tsunade, as Naruto asked her, a mission to Kumo. That's right, the Hokage confirmed. There was an intruder last night in the village, and the Hokage wanted you personally to come. Your tracking aliens might be able to help them in finding this intruder. Plus Sakura and Sasuke can also use this as an opportunity to use their plumber's training on the job. Sakura and Sasuke nodded, as Sasuke spoke. Well, we better get going, right? Let's go. Sakura said, but the two were stopped by Tsunade. Hold on. You won't be going there by foot. Then how? Naruto inquired. Go to Plumber's HQ. The scientists there have something special for you three. Tsunade smiled. Eh? The three were curious. Later on, Squad 7 were at Konoha Plumber's HQ labs, standing before 3 high-tech motorcycles with Naruto's colored green, Sasuke's blue, and Sakura's red. The 3 shinobi looked lost for words at the sight of them. Holy crap. Naruto gasped. Sakura looked at one of the Galvan scientists. These are really ours. You 3 have earned them. Shouldn't we have to go through driver's tests? Sasuke asked. Sasuke, we got no time to take that. Besides, I'm sure there are instruction manuals built in them. Naruto turned to the scientist. Don't they? Of course. They'll help guide you in handling your vehicles. The scientist explained. Well, then let's go. Sasuke said, as the 3 got onto their bikes. When they took their seats, they suddenly found themselves wearing biker suits. Each had white trousers, black torso suits, and each wore a white helmet with a visor that had the same color as their respective bikes. They positioned their bikes before a long tunnel that opened up. "Ready, guys?" Naruto asked, as he started his bike up. "Ready?" they answered together. "Then away we go," the blonde called, as they activated their thrusters and shot off down the tunnels. As they rode along the tunnel, Naruto was maneuvering his bike around, while reading the digital manual through his visor. "See, I'm getting the hang of it. It's not that hard," Sasuke added, as he was handling his bike well. "Up ahead, guys," Sakura called, as they were reaching the end of the tunnel. Upon reaching the tunnel, the platform rose up and the ground opened up. The three bikes rode up the ramp and out from the ground. The three shinobi rode their bikes down the path leading out of the village. "Next stop, Kumo," Naruto called, as Squad 7 sped up. About 2 hours riding, they were reaching the border of the Land of Lightning. As they rode down a path heading for Kumo, Naruto spoke. "Hey, guys. Last one there buys us lunch." He sped ahead of them. "Hey," Sakura called. No fair getting a head start. He started speeding after him. "I'm not coming in last," Sakura called, as she burned rubber. All three shinobi were racing along trying to pass each other up. Eventually they were neck and neck and closing in on the village entrance. They grunted as they sped up before pulling to a halt into the village after passing the entry. They saw the word "tie" flashed in their visors. "A tie?" The three gasped. "So, I guess no one buys us lunch?" Naruto asked, as Sakura and Sasuke sighed. Their biker suits powered down and they got off their bikes. They set a lock on the bikes so they would not start for anyone but themselves. "Hey," a voice called, as the three looked over and saw Yujito, B, Amoy, Carrie, and Samui approaching. "Octo Pops." "Yujito." Naruto cheered, as he rushed over and fist bumped with B, and clasped his hand with Yujito. "It's good to see you again, Naruto." Yujito smiled. "We haven't seen you since the Chunin exams and the invasion, but we heard you got Tsunade of the Sannin to be Hokage through your own persuasion." B rapped. Naruto chuckled. "Yeah. I did play a part in that." Naruto, Amoy greeted. "It's nice to see you again." "Nice to see all of you as well," Naruto said, as he looked at the three. Especially Samui. "We're glad you came," Samui began. "Let's go meet with Hokage." She told her team, who nodded, and escorted Squad 7. Carrie noticed the three bikes. "Whoa. Did you three come on those?" "Yeah," Sakura answered. "Man, the plumbers at HQ wouldn't give us stuff like that." Carrie grumbled. "So you three are part of the Kumo plumbers faction?" Sasuke inquired. "Yeah. We're still trainees, of course," Amoy explained. "And Yujito senpai is rank magister," Carrie added. Naruto looked at the Nibi Jinchuriki. "Really?" She nodded. Naruto turned to B. "What about you, Octo Pops?" "Magister's too much work for me. I'd much rather prefer Rap Master Killer B. Fool you fool." Samui spoke to Naruto with a shrug. B-sensei does have his hands full enough. Naruto chuckled. Soon Team B brought Squad 7 into the Hokage's office, as the Kage sat at his desk. "Welcome to Kumo, Squad 7. "Thank you, Hokage-sama." The three bowed their heads. "Normally I wouldn't call anyone else from another village here, unless we knew what we were dealing with," I began. "But ever since we reopened our plumbers' bases and started this alliance between the 5 great nations, we should start reaching out to each other more to strengthen our bonds." "Perfectly understood, sir." Naruto nodded in agreement. "So what was it that happened?" Sakura asked. It turned to Magister Yujito. Yujito began explained. "While out on patrol last night I happened to cross an intruder in the village. I went to scope it out and found out he was wearing some kind of high-tech bodysuit equipped with lasers and other devices. Sounds like alien technology," Sakura deduced. "Did you get a name out of this guy?" Sasuke asked. "I'm ashamed to admit I didn't." She sighed in shame. I spoke up. "Nothing appears to have been taken, so we can only assume he was getting the layout of the village. I have my hunches he'll return." "So you want us to help you in finding this intruder should he come back?" Naruto inquired. "Precisely," I answered. "Naruto, you have an alien in your Omnitrix with a good sense of smell." Samui remembered. "Yeah. Wilmot." Yujito spoke. "A Vulpamancer's sense of smell is even greater than mine with Matatabi's influence to my senses. If you can track his scent you'll know where we can find where he is." "Alright. Take me to the spot," Naruto said, as A dismissed them all. Yujito brought them all to the rooftop where she fought Tachiko. "This is the spot. His scent may still be around here. Well, time to go, Wilmot." Naruto turned the dial of the Omnitrix and slammed down on it. Everyone expected him to turn into Wilmot, but what they saw wasn't him. Instead, Naruto transformed into a purple-furred creature with one long horn, one big eye, and small translucent butterfly wings. The Omnitrix symbol was located on his torso. "Naruto?" Sakura asked. Naruto looked at himself, and spoke in a squeaky voice. "This isn't Wilmot." "Hey, what's wrong with my voice?" Perry laughed. "You sound ridiculous." "Shut up," Naruto replied with a glare of his single eye. "What alien is this?" Sasuke asked. "I don't know. I've never turned into this one before." Amoy looked to Yujito, who shrugged. "I haven't seen these in Plumber's database." "Well, as long as I'm like this I might as well figure out what it can do so I can name it." Naruto said. Since you got wings, flight is one power. Samui noted. Naruto flapped his new small wings and flew off the ground. Cool, but what else can it do? He gasped. Maybe I can shoot a laser out of my one eye. He tried concentrating. Aim that eye away from here. Perry called, not wanting to get hit. Naruto looked in another direction and concentrated hard, but nothing came out, nothing. He asked and they shook their heads. Damn. Maybe it'll come for my horn. He concentrated again, but what came out through the horn as it glowed yellow was the tune of a saxophone playing jazz music. The shinobi jumped in response. Naruto, did you just play music from your horn? Amoy asked. I guess I did. Let me try again. He concentrated and the same tune played out of his horn. That's incredible. Sakura said in awe. Here. I got a good one this time. Naruto said, as he concentrated even harder and more livelier jazz music started playing, while dancing around. As the jazz music played, B was compelled to dance around to the rhythm. When he finished his tune, B spoke. That was sick in a great way. Naruto, this new alien of yours knows how to play. I'm amazed at myself. And I think I'll call this one Jazz Clubs. Naruto said. Yeah, dancing's nice, but what about finding the intruder from last night? Perry reminded him of the situation. Oh, right. Jazz Club said, feeling sheepish, before he transformed back to Naruto. Wait a minute, Yujito said, as she sniffed the air. I can smell him. He's close. Follow me. She led the way as the others followed her. Thanks for listening. I do hope you enjoyed. If you want the next part of this video, like, subscribe and comment down below, and turn on the bell notification. And also check out other videos that I have created and enjoy. See you in the next video. Peace.